So Bishop is one of Europe's sort of most accomplished hitmen. He's the ultimate bad guy. He plays it kind of like the Terminator.
And it's double my usual rate.
Early on, you know, we had these discussions of what each fight was going to be or what each action beat was going to be. And then our fight choreographer, a guy called Tim Mann, actually crafted them in the gym on a handy camera.
So when I created these fights, I had to think about, I mean, the fights needs to fit the actors and fit the characters in the movie. First, we were after some kind of flashy moves, but as time passed, we went for a more gritty style.
Family, he has nobody in life that he cares about. He doesn't even really care about money. I suppose he just uses the payment he receives from his hitman jobs as really a measure of how well he's doing in the game. It's all just a big game to him. He doesn't really get motivated by anything other than being the best. He just wants to be the best hitman. He wants to take out the best targets, and obviously with that, you're going to get paid a lot of money, so he ends up making a lot of money.
Tried to make the fight choreography in this particular film a bit more gritty and realistic. But you still want to get some flashy moments in there. But yeah, gritty, like handheld camera work, kind of just brutal knock 'em down fights.
A week before the production started, once we had access to Scott and Wade, they would come in and they would rehearse and make sure that when we actually got to shooting it on the day, they were fully aware of what each other should be doing and where the punches are going to land, which is why when you're on set, you know, they are literally punching each other with like an inch of air between them, and you're like, whoa, you know. So there are a couple of times when each other gets hit, but they're both team players and they shake hands after it, and you know, they're back to work, so it's been a privilege.
I have certain instincts, certain ways of moving, certain ways of grabbing people and throwing punches, which for the movie world are completely the opposite of what they want in this world. So yeah, it was pretty intense. There was a lot of preparation that went into it, and a few bruises here and there, but I think we got there in the end. Went over to the Emirates cable cars area, which is quite new. I'd never seen that before, and we shot some stuff there, which was an incredible location to be shooting a fight scene.
Oi! 10 grand if you knock him out for me!
Said okay. It's not a good idea, boys.
A little bit tricky doing a fight scene on a car that's attached to a cable swinging around. I mean, luckily it didn't come off the wire. But yeah, that was a little bit hair-raising. I know all the moves, and I will keep all of the moves. I invented the moves. I'm only joking.
We didn't have much room for either the camera or the actors who was gonna fight. That was a big challenge.
This is the big finale, I guess, where these two really strong characters who have been outwitting each other throughout the course of the movie. And it's the big standoff.
We're doing lots of crashes through things, so we've got lots of different types of wood that we need to work with to make sure that it's safe and that it's repeatable. We got this, which is balsa wood, so it's nice and light, it's easy to break. So we actually have to score it first because it still does have some strength into it. So we break it down, we distress the wood a little bit, and usually it's built up as a fence so that when the actors go through it, it'll break nice and easily, and it's pre-designed to break. We're also using a lot of crash mats, so we're hiding those under carpets, covering it in sawdust and dust, and so when we've got any hard impacts on the floor, we don't want to do that on concrete, so when they hit the floor, they're usually hitting a mat.
The main challenges for me in terms of the fight scenes were, first of all, keeping the energy and adrenaline up for 8 or 9 hours a day as we were shooting, and you know, I think we really delivered the goods on that one. I'm very proud of what we came up with.
Bishop character is played by Wade Barrett, so not only does he bring a huge physical presence, but he's also got this kind of very, you know, native, he's got his native British tongue about him.
Have you gone past the petrol station yet?
No.
Pull in there, and I'll be with you in 90 seconds.
which really gives something unique to the character, and we all love an English bad guy.
I really enjoyed tapping into Bishop's level of evil.
Fedu got in too deep and ended up with a dead wife.
He likes to amuse himself and himself only, nobody else.
It's been fun. No, Thomas. There's no need for unpleasantries.
I've always tried to tap into that nasty side of me that doesn't like other people.
Action.
So I've got to bring out that to my forefront when I'm chasing after Scott's character or taking out other people in the film. That's really something I used to motivate me and get me into my character.
You don't know who I am, but you know what I am. And I know all about your past mistakes.
Fight choreography and everything was very, very exact, very precise, and that was something that definitely took a bit of getting used to.
You have to adjust your brain to always think about, you know, what am I doing in terms of where the camera is? And that's the biggest learning curve for someone that hasn't done it before.
In the movie, I'm aiming to miss the guy, which is a different way of working for me.
You're a worthy adversary, I'll give you that.
He could do very well for himself the way he looks, and especially his attitude. It's been great to work with him.